All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. When you come in class, of course, you're going to grab your calculator. Make sure you have a pencil because that's your responsibility. And of course, you're going to grab your journal. Here's how class is going to work. When you get to your seat, pencil, calculator, journal. You should already have these three waiting for you at your desk. If you do not have these three items at your desk, it is your responsibility to come to Mr. Jones and get what you need. Now, here's how today's class is going to work. You're going to start with these two papers here, the green one and the form that says simple interest, compound interest. Okay? Okay. Now, what are you going to write at the top here where it says I equals PRT? Let me show you. Where it says I on your paper, you're going to write the word interest. At the top where it says P, you're going to write principal with an LE, not an AL. And of course, you can put a dollar sign next to it. Where it says rate, where it says R, you'll put rate, and of course, a percentage sign. And then where it says T, you'll put time. You're going to put that at the very top where it says I equals PRT. And your paper says I, interest, principal, with a dollar sign, rate with a percent sign, and then T for time. Right here, a $500 loan for 2 years, I'm going to show you what you're going to copy right there for number one. I'm going to show you what you're going to copy. If I equals PRT, P, you put a dollar sign, so you know this is your P. Times 15%, make sure you see me. If you do not know how to put percent in your calculator, make sure you see me, times 2. I equals PRT. Sorry about that. You'll put that in your calculator, and then whatever your answer is, whatever your calculator says, you'll put the answer. Before you write your answer, check your calculator with someone else's calculator in your group. Number 2, where it says a savings deposit of $1,500. The dollar sign is our principal. 18 months. I'm going to change that to 1.5 because 18 months is 1.5 in years. Make sure that's in years. So for number 2, for simple interest, I equals 1,500 times 6% times 1.5. I need you to write that on your paper and then type it in your calculator. I need you to write it on your paper and then type it into your calculator. Because some of you are just typing stuff in your calculator, putting out answers, and we don't know mathematically what you did or how you got that. We can't see your calculator through your paper. So make sure you write this on your paper first and then type it into your calculator. If you did not write it on your paper, it's wrong. Okay? Now that's the part for simple interest. We're going to go down to the bottom now where it says compound interest. Notice that at the top it says A, PRT. At the bottom, at the top it says I, PRT. At the bottom, it says A, PRT. What are we going to write next to the A, the P, R, and the T? For A, we're going to put amount after. A is the amount after. Everything else stays the same. Our principal amount, our P is for principal, R is for rate, T is for time. Okay? Let me do something really quickly. If we're looking at number 1, A equals the P. Our formula says parentheses 1 plus 18%. And our T is the exponent. So number 1, our T was 3. This is our time. This is our percent. We'll put that in the calculator. And whatever the calculator says, we'll write that down. But because we're not done, this is compound interest, we have to do one more step. Once we get our answer here, we have to subtract our principal. Whatever we had here as P, we get our answer in the calculator, subtract our principal, and we'll have our final answer. Okay, let's look at number 2. Looking at number 2. Number 2 says, hold on, let me back it up. Let me get you in focus. As I do something else. A equals Our P is $5,000. Our rate was 6%. And our T was 12 years. On your paper, underneath number 2, literally right here on number 2, you're going to copy A equals 5,000, parentheses, 1 plus 6%, close parentheses, to the power of 12. Once you have that in your calculator, check it with somebody else in your group. Make sure they got the same thing. You're going to write your answer here. Because it's compound, we have to subtract our initial principal, which is 5,000. And that's going to be our final answer, which is our interest. Whatever we get for our final answer goes right here underneath interest. Whatever we got for our final answer for number 1 goes right here for number 1 where it says interest. Now, you cannot say that Mr. Jones did not explain to you on the front board over there. Let me zoom in because y'all will say Mr. Jones. You can't say that Mr. Jones did not do the top half for you except for give you the answer. But I gave you everything, the steps, and what you needed to put in the calculator. For compound interest, let me zoom out. I did the same thing. Everything you need to put in the calculator and what you need to write on your paper. Once you get done with this, you'll fold it in half like a hamburger and you'll glue it into your journal. Once you get done with that, you'll glue that into your journal. And then from here, this is that last page. Remember that last page I told you were going to need to have? This is what we're doing. Mr. Jones, what numbers do you want us to do? It's 20 questions total. I only want you to do 2, 4, 6, and 8 using the simple interest formula. On the back side, 14 and 15, using the compound interest formula. That's my 7 minutes of teaching. You can't say that you don't know. If you don't do it, it's on you. But I know you're going to get it done because I have faith in you. Believe in yourself like I believe in you. Peace.